Buckle up and let's uncover a mind-blowing piece of history. In the ancient world, fortresses were like the ultimate game changers. Massive structures that protected entire cities from invaders trying to crash the party. From Greece to Rome, empires built forts to safeguard their territories. But there's one fortress in Sri Lanka so extraordinary, it left a team of archaeologists totally stunned. This tiny island nation off India's southeastern coast holds secrets galore, and we're about to dive into what made this 500-year-old fort a real archaeological game changer. Get ready for an epic tale of power and resilience. Let's dive into ancient Sri Lanka, where India and this island nation used to be connected by the legendary Adam's Bridge, which slowly vanished over time, shaping the country we know today. Picture this: a land rich in history, ruled by powerful Sinhalese kingdoms that rivaled those of other superpowers back then. Fast forward to 455 AD, our story kicks off with the Maurya dynasty taking the throne for nearly 2.5 centuries. But here's where things get really interesting. Kashyapa I, the second ruler, seized power through a daring coup by overthrowing his own dad and brother. Talk about a family drama. After this intense move, he faced major opposition from within the kingdom and knew he had to act fast. So, he made a bold decision, moving the capital away from Anuradhapura to a safer and more fortified location. This was just the beginning of Kashyapa I's journey to secure his reign, and we're about to uncover some fascinating stories along the way. Imagine a king who wanted total control and ultimate comfort. That's what King Kashyapa had in mind when he picked Sigiriya, an epic rock standing over 1,000 feet tall, smack in the heart of Sri Lanka, as his new capital. But little did you know, this rock was already home to humans going way back, with some historians claiming they'd been hanging out here for a whopping 5,000 years. It's believed that Buddhist monks used it as their chill spot for meditation before abandoning it, and this might have played a part in the king's choice. After all, his kingdom was deeply rooted in Buddhism. Sigiriya wasn't just about securing power, it was also going to be the king's personal playground, loaded with opulent perks that would make him feel like royalty. Imagine a rock so bold and mighty, it was actually crowned with an entire city. That's Sigiriya for you, the Lion's Rock, named by King Kashyapa with pride. But here's the twist: this king didn't have things wrapped up just yet. His brother Moggallana, rightful heir to the throne, returned from India seeking revenge after years of exile. The brothers engaged in a brutal battle, and it was Moggallana's army that came out on top. With defeat imminent, Kashyapa took drastic measures. He fell onto his sword, ending his reign in an unforgettable finale. Fasten your seatbelts, history buffs. After King Kashyapa's reign, Sigiriya lost its crown as capital and Anuradhapura took over. Meanwhile, Moggallana transformed this rock fortress into a peaceful Buddhist monastery, a serene sanctuary that stood strong for centuries. But by the 12th or 13th century, even monasteries couldn't resist time, and Sigiriya was left to gather dust until colonial times rolled around. Imagine our surprise when British troops stumbled upon it in 1831, only to find an overgrown rock with a mystery waiting to be unraveled. That's when the real treasure hunt began. A team of archaeologists dared to climb to the top, and boy, did they strike gold. They uncovered breathtaking art, majestic buildings, and that showstopper, a colossal lion sculpture with its paws firmly planted but, sadly, a collapsed head hinting at a grander long past. Let's dive deeper into Sigiriya's upper palace, the crown jewel of this ancient fortress. The incredible attention to detail in the lion sculpture at its base hints at how much significance this temporary capital held for King Kashyapa, setting it apart from any other structure in the Sinhalese kingdom. And check out these structures, still standing strong after centuries, a true testament to top-notch craftsmanship that's left us in awe. Atop the rock, the majestic upper palace waited, probably the nerve center of this complex and the king's own digs during his reign. Get ready for some jaw-dropping history. At the middle tier of this ancient marvel, you'll find the superstar of the show, an iconic lion sculpture that's now a top-notch tourist hotspot in Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, down on the lower level, royalty lived large and opulent palaces alongside high-ranking officials in the country's elite, making up the ruling class. The grounds were truly fit for kings, with a gigantic, off-limits park reserved just for the royal family, plus plenty of other lush parks and gardens scattered throughout the massive complex. But hold on to your hat. The crown jewel of this fortress is without a doubt its show-stopping mirror wall along a public corridor. This dazzling feature was once open to everyone who visited the capital city back in the day. Get ready for the mind-blowing reason behind the mirror wall's stunning reputation. Imagine this: back in the day, our kingdom's best white paint was used to create a coat that would make any artist jealous, and a team of skilled workers made sure it sparkled like diamonds by polishing it daily. This incredible finish created an optical illusion walking along. You'd swear you were strolling right next to a mirror. But the mirror wall wasn't just about its shiny surface, it also bore beautiful poetry that still leaves us awestruck today. And did you know that Sigiriya is even considered one of history's earliest urban masterpieces? From the way each space had a purpose, to the designs that flowed with perfect harmony, this ancient city was truly ahead of its time. Imagine a city born from a clear vision for greatness, like Brasilia today in Brazil or Canberra in Australia, urban planning at its finest. In this ancient fortress, water conservation was key. With smart designs to collect and store every precious drop of rainwater, some of these ingenious structures still stand strong. A massive, man-made reservoir even supplied most of the city's water needs. A marvel considering the times, when riverside settlements were common and dams were unheard of. Now, let's explore some seriously cool fortress features. We're talking about 3 unique types of gardens that once called this ancient stronghold home. First up, you had boulder gardens, which were essentially fancy outdoor spaces built right on top of giant connected stones. Imagine a bunch of massive rocks with intricate pathways and decorations all around them. Talk about an epic Instagram backdrop. Moving on to the terraced gardens, these natural wonders were nestled into the hillside, giving off that effortless, garden-grown charm you'd expect from a tranquil oasis. Imagine waking up in a lush oasis right inside an ancient fortress. Sounds like paradise, right? That's what life must have been like for those who called these amazing gardens home back in the day. The water gardens were the real showstoppers, and it makes total sense why, given the fortress's genius water conservation system. These massive gardens, situated on opposite sides of the complex, were a masterclass in symmetry and planning. Think pools and wells collecting rainwater for a sustainable lifestyle. It's no wonder tourists love visiting these tropical treasures just as much today as locals did back then. Get ready to climb into Sri Lankan history. Sigiriya Fortress is the crown jewel of the country's past, boasting UNESCO World Heritage Site status since '82. This incredible fortress draws over 1 million visitors annually. That's roughly 1 in 120 Sri Lankans making their way here each year, and its remote location doesn't seem to faze them. As tourism soars in Sri Lanka, so do the conservation efforts for this ancient marvel. It's an exciting time for preserving Sigiriya's glory. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if this episode totally got your brain buzzing. And we'd love to have you join the adventure. Tap that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting new video from us. Your support means everything, and we're stoked to see you next time on our channel.